What's up you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jen and I am that props girl, and I am so excited because today I am showing you how to do some chemistry. I am going to be showing you guys how to submerge ice cubes made from resin into resin itself to make it look like the ice cubes are floating in drinks. So I'm doing this to make drinks to be served in a bar that have ice in them. I have done the hard work so you don't have to. This has taken me a little bit of time and a lot of trial and error to get right. So if you are keen to see that, then stick around. Be sure to smash that like button because it lets me know you want to see more content like this, as well as consider hitting that subscribe button and bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. This entire project is basically chemistry in real life. Whenever you use resin, a chemical reaction is happening, but it's kind of the same whenever you're doing baking. Whenever you bake something, a chemical reaction is occurring within the batter. So similar sort of concept. But before we get started, there are some safety precautions that we do need to take. Resin is a chemical that is quite toxic, so you need to make sure you're using the proper things to protect you from it, such as gloves, a mask, and goggles. We want to make sure that we are not breathing in the fumes and we are avoiding touching it as much as we can. Now, I have made many different videos on how to use resin to make drinks. My most recent one was how to make fake beer from resin. If you want to check out that video, I'll link it below. Now, in that video, I go through how I mix up resin, how I do pigmentation, how I do the colors. So if you want to know more about that process, then check out that video. If you guys didn't know already, I'm doing this series called the Prop Maker's Diaries, and it's kind of just behind the scenes vlogs. Now, when I made the ice cubes, I actually did that in vlog form, but it ended up on the cutting room floor because the vlog was too long. So I'm going to insert that content in now. I have been putting off doing this task for the longest time, and I need to make some ice from resin. I think I bought this in my last vlog, which is a rubber square ice cube tray. And the reason I need to do this is because I can't move on to the next part of this project until I make the ice. So we're gonna do that. Thankfully I'm not having to open a new thing of resin. It's just one of those things that, you know, it takes up so much space, so much time, blah, blah, blah. So first world problem, I just need to get one of my mats. Basically, all you need to know is I mixed up my resin. So whenever you use resin, you usually have parts A, parts B, and on the bottles themselves, they will say what the correct ratio is. Mine was a 1-to-1 ratio. So I mixed in equal parts A and equal parts B, mixed that together and poured that into a silicone ice cube tray. This silicone ice cube tray I got from Big W Australia. You could also find them online very easily as well, but you want to make sure that the mold that you're using is a silicone mold so that you can take the resin back out again and it doesn't adhere itself to whatever your mold is. Once that was mixed, I set it aside and let it cure. Curing time is usually about 24 hours, depending on what the temperature is in the environment that you're doing it in. So you do want to make sure that whenever you're working with resin that you try and keep it in a controlled environment. So at the moment in Australia, it's coming into winter, so the curing time for resin is a little bit slower. If you're doing it in summer, it might be a little bit faster. A second disclaimer for you, please ignore the color of the drink that I am making in the tutorial. It's pink for a reason, and that's for the particular show that I'm working on, but the method is still the same. So once again, we want to mix up our resin. So for me, equal parts A, equal parts B, and add in whatever you want for your pigmentation. So if you're making Coca-Cola, you might want to use a brown or a black. If you're doing a lemonade, you might just want to leave it clear. It's completely up to you what you want to use. It just depends on what you're trying to make. Now, often when you're embedding things in resin, usually the process is that you would do a series of layers. So you would pour a layer, then embed something, and then pour over the top of that. The reason I am not doing that is because firstly, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get my color matching of the pigmentation in the resin correct the second time, and so it would look really odd if you had a darker version of a color and then a lighter version of the drink on top. That would be odd. So what we're doing is actually a little bit more complicated. We are pouring the resin into the cup, then we're waiting for the curing to start happening. So for me, it says on my bottle that the working time on my resin is 30 minutes. What you want to try and do is catch the resin resin in between it going from a liquid state to a solid state. So what happens when parts A and part B mix together is they slowly come together and they form a solid. That is an exothermic reaction, so it produces heat while that's happening. So your glass will start to get very hot. So I always say you want to make sure that you're using a thick plastic that's not going to react to the heat of the resin, because trust me, I've had that happen before. That's also why you want to have everything in a controlled environment as well, because you want to try and minimize all the other factors in this chemical reaction. As I said, we are interrupting the chemical reaction that's happening. So the timing on this is crucial. So as I said, I work through a lot of trial and error. From 30 minutes, that's where you really need to pay attention, particularly with the resin that I was using. It may differ depending on whatever resin you're working with, so just find out what your working period is. So for me, that working period was over at 30 minutes. So from then, that's when it started to start curing. So I set a timer and I checked that resin every couple of minutes. And I found that the sweet spot where it was just starting to go was around 38 to 42 minutes. Now, how I kept checking this was, firstly, I had the resin sitting in the cup, and then I would just drop the stirring tool into it and see if it was able to catch or not. If it was going straight through the resin, like it would if you dropped a spoon into water, it wasn't ready yet, because you want it to be able to bite onto the ice cube and be able to hold it in place and make sure that it doesn't sink into the resin too much. Once it got to the right spot, you have to work quickly. It's starting to go, the bottom will start to become solidified before the top does normally. So once it started to go, I then got my ice cubes and started pushing them into the resin. Some of the stuff that's already started to become solid may come to the top. That's okay. It will just add to the bumpiness of the top of the texture and potentially look like another ice cube. That's what happened in the orange one that I did, and that's okay. But as I said, you want it to be able to grip onto those ice cubes, but not take them underneath. They need to be able to sit on top. This may take you a few goes, because honestly, if you miss your window, you've missed it. I had 2 failed attempts before this because I was literally just about 2 minutes late to the right time in the curing. So it is a lot of science, and it is an experiment really, and I have found the way that works for me, but it will be different potentially for you depending on where you are in the world, what resin you're using, what the temperature is like. So these are all the factors that come into chemistry. And now I'm not a chemist, but what we're doing is difficult because we are interrupting a chemical reaction that's already taking place. And so it's going to vary, but the result is fantastic if you can get that right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you learned anything, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below whether you're going to try this yourself. If you want to look at layered resin, that's also an option. If you have a look at the beer video, you will see what the effect is of using 2 different layers of resin. As I said, the reason I didn't do this is because I couldn't guarantee that I would get the 2 layers matching in color. But if you know how to do that, then go ahead and use that method. It's completely up to you what you want to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that like button because it lets me know you want to see more content like this, as well as consider hitting that subscribe button and bell. Feel free to follow me on all socials, and I will chat with you guys again soon. Bye.